Hold my beer, Matilda.
Okay, Brian,
Ever wonder what happens when human intelligence takes a nosedive?
buckle up. Because we're diving into the most mind-boggling, jaw-dropping, and downright ridiculous ways people have accidentally removed themselves from the gene pool.
From explosive mishaps to animal misadventures, these stories will have you laughing, cringing, and maybe even questioning the future of humanity. Watch till the end for our #1 pick. It involves a pig, a pickup truck, and a whole lot of bad decisions.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to...
Wow, amazing!
In this video, we'll go through Volume 7 of the Top 10 Most Stupid Darwin Award Winners. But before we begin, subscribe to Wow Amazing and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on amazing and entertaining content.
Oh, and by the way, we're giving a special prize pack to the first 5 viewers who can solve this riddle in the comments. What is it, Matilda?
Pay attention now. The riddle is, what gets wetter as it dries?
Drop your answers below and we'll announce the winners when we hit 500,000 views on this video.
Number 10. Autoblotto.
Sydney, Australia, 1990. A 34-year-old thief with more ambition than brain cells decides he must have the engine block from an old truck. Most of us would need a crane and a team of strong men to pull this off, but not our ambitious friend. He crawls under the truck and loosens the bolts from below. Because who needs physics when you've got determination? Right?
Guess what happened next? Yep, that massive hunk of metal came crashing down on his face. The kicker? The truck was about to be scrapped anyway. The manager said he would have given the engine away if the guy had just asked. But here's where it gets really interesting. Police found evidence of an accomplice, a pool of vomit under a nearby bush. Maybe some people just have a stronger survival instinct or a weaker stomach.
Number 9, count your chickens.
We're jetting off to Egypt for this 1995 gem that'll make you rethink your rescue priorities. It all started when a chicken took an impromptu dive into a 60-foot well. Most of us would probably shrug and say, "Looks like we're having beef for dinner." But not in this village.
An 18-year-old farmer, clearly a chicken enthusiast, decided to play hero. One problem, he couldn't swim. But why let a little thing like that stop you from jumping into a deep well, right? His sister and 2 brothers, also aquatically challenged, followed suit one by one. Then 2 elderly farmers joined the party. 6 people, 1 well, 0 swimming skills. You do the math.
The real kicker? The chicken survived. 6 humans gave their lives, and the bird walked away without so much as ruffling a feather. It's like a twisted version of Old MacDonald Had a Farm, where the farm wins.
Number 8, Hammer of Doom.
We're heading to Brazil for a 2006 Darwin Award. Our protagonist thought he'd stumbled upon a goldmine of scrap metal, a bunch of rocket-propelled grenades, RPGs. Most of us would call the bomb squad, but not this guy. He decided to dismantle them himself. His first bright idea? Drive over them with a car. Shockingly, that didn't work. So, he moved on to Plan B, whacking them with a sledgehammer.
You can probably guess how this ended. 1 man, 6 cars, and an entire repair shop went boom. The cherry on top? Police found 14 more RPGs nearby. So what's your take? Was this a case of entrepreneurial spirit gone wrong? Or just plain idiocy? What's the most dangerous thing you've ever tried to take apart? Share your thoughts and DIY disasters in the comments.
Number 7. Missed, but not missed by, the bus.
Fasten your seatbelts. We're cruising to Quebec City, Canada for this 2009 gem that'll make you think twice about running for the bus. Imagine you're running late, desperately trying to catch your bus. We've all been there, right? But our 24-year-old star took it to a whole new level.
Clutching a can of pop like it was her lifeline, she sprinted into a restricted area of the bus terminal. She waved frantically at a 45-foot bus that had already left without her. Now, here's where things went sideways, literally. In her desperation to get noticed, she failed to notice the bus making a sharp turn, right towards her.
The driver, oblivious to her presence over the roar of the engine, continued the turn. Our impatient passenger disappeared under the wheels. Instead of a crowded bus ride home, she got a free one-way trip in a private hearse. Talk about an upgrade.
Number 6. Sizzling scaffolding.
Brace yourselves for a shocking tale from the Lone Star State circa 1982. The Amarillo Fairgrounds needed a fresh coat of paint, so they hired some local contractors. Simple enough, right? Wrong. These painters were about to turn a routine job into a literal death trap.
Our intrepid painters faced a classic dilemma. Their wheeled scaffolding kept rolling downhill. Their solution? Remove the wheels. Genius. But it gets better. As they were moving this now wheelless metal structure, it decided to introduce itself to a nearby transformer. Spoiler alert, the transformer won, and our painters, well, they got a shocking surprise.
But the story doesn't end there. The town was buzzing with talk of the tragedy. City officials, in their infinite wisdom, decided to investigate personally. They grabbed the scaffolding in the exact same spots as the painters and, yep, you guessed it, they got zapped too.
It just shows how government officials are often just as clueless as the rest of us. And while we're at it, what's the most questionable safety measure you've ever seen at a workplace?
Right, Matilda. Let's load our next 5 Darwin Award winners.
Okay, sugar buns, let me grab them. Coming right up, wait right there.
3,
Yes, you're a queen.
Ha ha ha, seriously.
2,
OMG, what a tool.
1.
Alright, I'm jumping.
Too funny.
Here we go. Number 5, #elephants want privacy.
Safari time, everyone. We're stomping off to Zimbabwe for this 2017 tale of man versus nature that'll make you think twice about your next wildlife selfie. Our protagonist, Mr. Moses Ndlovu, spotted 3 male elephants in the bush. Most of us would admire from afar, maybe snap a quick pic, but not Moses. He had grander plans.
Moses and his 2 buddies decided these elephants needed to be in a clearing for the perfect wildlife selfie. Because nothing says great photo op like antagonizing several tons of irritated pachyderm, right? Well, the elephants had other ideas. They came charging out of the shrubbery. Suddenly, it was time to test the old saying, I don't have to outrun the elephant, I just have to outrun you. Moses unfortunately failed this test. His friends escaped, but he ended up as elephant roadkill.
The moral of the story? #elephants want privacy.
Maybe next time, stick to the zoo. Or better yet, how about we leave wild animals alone altogether?
Number 4, golf cart plus garden hose.
We're cruising to California for this 2017 tale of vehicular madness that'll make you rethink your definition of joyride. Meet Cody Horn, a fun-loving guy with a, let's say, unique approach to transportation.
Cody's last rodeo involved piloting a golf cart on State Highway 4. This wasn't just any golf cart ride. No, sir. This golf cart was being towed by a garden hose behind another vehicle. Because who needs proper towing equipment when you've got your trusty garden hose, right?
As you might expect, this makeshift choo-choo train didn't end well. The golf cart swerved across the double yellow line and had a head-on collision with a Ford truck. Cody's final act was more demolition derby than a golf cart cruise. Now, we may never know the reasoning behind this garden hose golf cart adventure. Was it a prank, a dare, a new extreme sport? Whatever it was, it's a stark reminder that some lines shouldn't be crossed, especially double yellow ones.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen on a highway? A couch? A fridge? A runaway chicken? Share your roadside oddities in the comments.
Number 3, Snapchat Pratt.
Grab your phone's social media addicts, because this 2017 story from Singapore is all about the dangers of Snapchat stardom. Our lead character in this digital drama decided to take "do it for the gram" to a whole new level.
Imagine a teen hands his phone to a friend and says the modern equivalent of, "Hold my beer and watch this." He leaps over a footbridge railing, aiming to land dramatically on what he thought was a solid parapet below. Spoiler alert, it wasn't solid. It was a flimsy gypsum board, and our daredevil crashed right through it, falling 4 floors to his doom.
It's a tragic reminder that sometimes the quest for the perfect Snapchat story can lead to permanent ghosting. Some might argue that this is a clear example of how social media is literally killing our youth, pushing them to take ever more dangerous risks for likes and follows.
Others might say it's just natural selection in the digital age. If you're dumb enough to jump off a bridge for a Snapchat, maybe you shouldn't be in the gene pool. Harsh, but is it wrong?
While we're at it, what's the most dangerous thing you've seen someone do for likes or views?
Share your stories in the comments.
But please don't try to recreate them.
Number 2, wrong time, wrong place.
Next up, we're heading to Washington State for this 1990 tale of the world's most ill-conceived robbery attempt.
Our hapless hero decided to rob a store called H&J Leather and Firearms.
Can you guess what they sell there?
Yep, guns, lots of guns. But wait, it gets better.
The shop was full of customers, firearms customers. There was a marked police car parked at the front door. And the cherry on top? A uniformed officer was inside, casually sipping coffee at the counter. Undeterred by these minor obstacles, our would-be robber waltzed in, announced a holdup, and fired a few wild shots. The response was predictable. The officer, the clerk, and several gun-toting customers promptly returned fire, removing our confused criminal from the gene pool.
The real miracle here is that no one else was hurt. It's like a cosmic joke. The only person who brought a gun to a gunfight and lost. You've got to wonder, was this guy's spatial awareness on par with a goldfish? Or was he just really committed to the element of surprise?
What's your take? Is this a win for the Second Amendment or a cautionary tale about gun violence? And while we're at it, if you were going to rob a store, which we absolutely do not recommend, what would be the worst possible target? A police station? A martial arts dojo? Share your ideas in the comments.
Number 1, in a pig's eye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the pinnacle of poor decision-making. Our number 1 spot goes to a trio from Eton who decided to celebrate the 4th of July, 1991, in the most ridiculous way possible.
Meet James, Billy, and Ashley. After a day of drinking and popping fireworks, these 3 geniuses got a sudden craving for pork chops. But why go to the store when you can steal a whole hog, right? So they drive to a pig farm, scale the fence, and try to wrangle a 400-pound porker. The fence collapses, causing a pig stampede. The farmer comes out shooting, and our heroes make a mad dash with their porcine prize.
They tie the pig to their truck and speed off at 90 miles per hour. The hog, understandably upset, starts thrashing around in the truck bed. This causes the truck to swerve, throwing the pig out but keeping it tied to the vehicle.
Distracted by their dragging bacon, the driver hits a soft shoulder and the truck rolls 40 feet. The tragic result? 3 men dead, found by a passing motorist at 5 a.m. The pig? It lived.
This is a clear case of karma.
Steal a pig, get treated like one.
Bonus entry, Midnight Special.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to sleep, we've got a bonus entry from North Carolina, 1992. Meet Ken Charles Barger, a man who took wrong number to a whole new level.
Late one night, Ken was awakened by the sound of his ringing telephone. In his groggy state, he reached out to answer it. But instead of grabbing the phone, he accidentally picked up his loaded Smith & Wesson .38 Special. And then, in a move that defies all logic, he brought the gun to his ear and... well, you can guess the rest.
It's a grim reminder to always keep your phone and your firearm in separate nightstands. Or better yet, maybe just let that midnight call go to voicemail.
And there you have it. The top 10, plus 1, most ridiculous Darwin Award winners. From explosive mishaps to porcine pursuits, these tales of misadventure serve as a reminder that, sometimes, the gene pool could use a little chlorine.
Think you've got what it takes to outsmart these unfortunate souls? Drop your answer to our riddle in the comments. What gets wetter as it dries? The first 5 correct answers will snag our prize pack.
Don't forget, we'll be drawing for the big prize when we hit 500,000 views on this video. Share this video with your friends, your family, and maybe even that one coworker who always seems one bad decision away from a Darwin Award of their own.
Also, subscribe to Wow Amazing and press the bell icon so you are one of the first ones to get wowed every time we upload a new video. Until next time, stay smart, stay safe, and remember evolution is watching.
Oh, and the prize? Tell him, Brian.
A hilarious t-shirt, exclusive because we will make sure the t-shirt is run over by a train and drenched in beer before we send it to you. And why not?